Welcome to your Thriving Heart for Thriving Life Grief Tips. Let me ask you, have you ever felt conflicted? Where there is a part of you want to do something, and then there is another part of you that's quite uncertain. And that uncertain perhaps because you have certain feelings about what it is that a part of you want to do, or perhaps because people have their opinion on you and they are imposing it on you. Many people who are grieving come to me and ask me, I feel, or sometimes it is their physicians or their therapists, or sometimes their family member telling them that, it's time to move forward. It's time, it'll be good for you to be in less pain, to not grieve so much. And many people say, but if I'm doing that, am I betraying my loved one? Or am I being disrespectful? Would that make me love them less? And the answer to that is it's actually the exact opposite. When you move forward, and there is a difference, I want to clarify here to start with. There is a difference between moving forward and move on, or even more, get over. We're not talking about getting over your grief or getting over your loved ones. We're talking about moving forward, and everybody's interpreted differently. But for me, moving forward is to actually continue to carry your loved one and your love to the individual, continuing on. Yes, this was a chapter with you and this individual, and in the physical realm, that chapters no longer continue on, but you're able to continue this loved one, continuing on as you move forward into the next chapter, even if this loved one, this individual is no longer with you physically. And with that intentions, letting go of your pain, releasing your pain, recovering from grief will actually allow you to do that with in a much better way. Why? Because your nervous system, your mind, your whole nervous system, and your heart has only that much capacity. And biologically, when you let go of your pain, when you recover from your grief, you free your brain and you free your nervous system and your heart, metaphorically and physically here, biologically, your freedom from all the pain, from all the burden of the pain, from all the burden of the grief and the sadness, and that's in your mind, in your brain, actually occupied space. And so now, as you said, okay, I release this, and when you are able to release it, then you actually free the space, and that will allow your nervous system to be able to allow your brain to be able to focus on what it is that you would want, which is to be able to love your loved ones and to be able to love them with joy, to be able to love them in the best way possible. Instead of being overshadowed by pain, it will free your nervous system and your heart to be able to feel even more love. When someone's heart, this is even in your nervous system biologically, when your heart is in so much pain, and your mind is in so much pain, it fires and wires differently, and in a way that it make you cannot feel the love as much. And over time, when you are in pain and continuing on to be in pain, it actually cause you to be able to lose, to loss, so to say, capacity to be able to love and remember your loved one as much as you would love to? So the answer is no. Even if there are people who sometimes were hesitant on our own, sometimes people telling us, "Oh, if you remarry, if you do this again, if you are happy again, if you laugh again, that means you no longer respecting the other person." But is that true? Imagine now. I ask you to just imagine. Imagine you have a child with you, and a child in you know a child, and the child is grieving, and perhaps the child grieving the loss of a parent, perhaps a loss of a very dear pet, or perhaps the loss of a grandparents or a friend. And what would you tell that child? Would you tell that child after a little time, you know, you should continue feeling the pain, you should continue to grieve forever? Or would you tell that child that, yes, you love this individual, and yes, you definitely want to continue to love them, but you want to release your pain, and you want to recover from your grief. No, you do not need to be miserable forever. You do not have to cry every day and be in pain forever. Why, if you do that, if you encourage the child to be able to recover, why would you do that? Most likely it's because you love the child, and you want the child to be able to thrive, to be able to live life again, to be able to be happy again, to be able to succeed in life, to be able to live life to the fullest as the way a child or an individual deserve. Now let me ask you, what would your loved one wants you? Your loved one who truly love you. Wouldn't your loved one would want the same for you? To be able to live life to the fullest, to be able to thrive again, to be able to feel happy and joy again, to move forward. Again, we're not talking about get over, forgetting them. That's not what we're talking about. But to be able to continue carrying them in your heart while being able to remember them with the most joy and the most ease. Nobody want to be remembered as a cause of pain, even if you're doing it subconsciously. No, but we want to be able to, if you would want your friend and families to remember you as a cause of, as a source of joy and ease and fun, not a source of pain. And the same thing with your loved one. Your loved one would want you to be able to thrive, and your loved one would want to be remembered as as a source of joy and ease. And so moving forward is actually also an expression of honor and respect. It is not being disrespectful, it is actually being very respectful and very honoring of your loved one who would want you to thrive the way that you want a child to thrive. And so if you ever hesitate about, is it okay to move forward, then please know that the answer is yes. And if you have tried to move forward, but you have not been able to, or perhaps this is the first time you said, I'm willing to be willing. And again, this is not an obligation. Some people said, I'm not ready to move forward. And that is okay. There is no such a thing of, oh gosh, it's been 6 months, you better move forward. There is no such a thing. If you are considering moving forward, if you've been trying to move forward, then please know that number one, it is perfectly good to do so. It's respectful and honoring to your loved one, and will allow you to remember and love your loved one even more. And number two, please know that it is absolutely possible to do so, to recover from your grief, to release your pain, even if it has been decades. So, being a specialist in prolonged, complex, complicated grief, many people come to me with decades of grief. And even if it has been decades, or sometimes there are people who come to me and things happen uh, a week ago or a month ago. Regardless of it is absolutely possible with proper guidance and proper support for you to move forward. If that is what you considering, if that's something you said, I'm willing to be willing to consider moving forward. And if you have any questions, please do feel welcome to connect with me by leaving a comment underneath the video here, or by messaging me directly, emailing me at drtanforgrief@gmail.com, drtan forgrief@gmail.com. And if you find this video useful, please share, subscribe to this channel and like the video, and feel welcome to share this video with your loved ones, with your friend, anybody who might benefit from this. And this is Dr. BirgitteTan with Joyful Riches Beyond Grief. I care about you very, very much, and I look forward to see you again very soon in the next video.